vanity of vanities, all things are vanity, all things are passing, life passes, we're going to die someday, soon, sooner maybe rather than later. We're all going to die, and a lot of us just don't even believe that or think that or practically live that. Life is very short. Eternity is forever and never ends. And people say that, oh, if you live for the next life, you're not going to be concerned about this world. And the opposite is true. If we live for the next life, in order to have a good next life, we have to live this one well. At least that's the Christian philosophy, Christian belief, and that's certainly what we live by and how we live. If you live only for this life, you're not going to live a very good life because you're living for yourself. You live for your own selfish pleasures. I want all the happiness I can get. Therefore, I don't want to take care of my old relative because that cramps my style. I can't have fun. I can't go out and party and do the things that I like to do. I don't want to have a baby at a young age, and then I can't go out and party with my friends as much and do the things I want to do. So let's get rid of the baby, get rid of the older people. Let's not take care of other people. Life is full of drudgery, says Job. You know, we have to go to school, we have to go to work, we have to deal with people we don't like, we have to deal with sicknesses and hardships and inconveniences and food we don't like, and how much food do we like? I mean, how much food do we eat that we like? Maybe half of it, right? Half we like, half we don't. What kind of life is this? To live for this world only, life is a real drudgery if there's no next life. And so pick up the gospel, one of the gospels. It's only 30, 40 pages. Just read it slowly every day, or once a week, or twice, or 4 times a week. And just spend time meditating, thinking, reflecting on it. Anybody can do that. And then you'll put everything into perspective. You'll know how to deal with the sorrows of this life, the hardships of this life. You'll be able to live life to the full, as Jesus said. You know, follow my teachings, follow my words. You'll live life to the full. You'll have, so to speak, a heaven on earth, and then a heaven in heaven to look forward to. We can live this life really well, even if there's hardships and people we don't like and sufferings, and we can still be full of joy and peace and gladness. Look at the people who enter religion. Look at the people who enter religious life. What sense would it make to do that, to confine yourself to a schedule, to not have the freedom that you want to have to pray all day long, to have to take care of other people, to have to live a life of penance? Who would ever choose to do something like that? Maybe the wise would do that. Maybe the wise people would do that. The next life, who try to store up treasures for heaven because Jesus promises it. How could you ever do something like that? How can anybody ever do something like that? Enter religious life. And how many people are entering religious life today in America, where there's so much exciting things to do, so many exciting things to look at in Hollywood and movies and the theater, and I was in Italy, and the entertainments they have in there is just to talk on the street corner. They like to talk. They play soccer, but I don't know what other entertainments they have, but in we have a lot of entertainments. And so maybe that's why there aren't a lot of people who are wise, who would choose the great pearl of religious life, who would choose that. And how many religious throw away the treasure that they have been given by God, the grace they've given by God? How do you do that? How do you throw away a treasure like that? By not praying and by not meditating. Those are probably the 2 biggest things. Don't pray, don't meditate, don't try to live your religious life well. And as a layperson, you can become very foolish, stupid, You can live a wasted life. You can really do a lot of dumb things. And how do you do that? By not praying and by not reflecting, not meditating. What's reflection and meditation? Spend a little time reading the gospel. Spend a little time, take a quiet walk and think about heaven. Think about the next life. Think about death. Look at the statue behind me with St. Francis and the skull there. The skull there represents death. St. Francis always had death before his eyes, and it made him a very wise man, a very holy man, a man after the heart of God, who became one of the greatest saints in the church because he reflected on death. Pick up the book of St. Alphonsus Liguori, Preparation for Death. That'll fill your mind with wisdom and help you to set things straight in your life, help you to reflect on what's more important, and then change your life. Start praying more, reflecting more, spend more time in adoration, Holy Mass. Straighten your life out, spend more time in doing good things instead of wasted things, wasted time. We need to be wise and not foolish. What do the foolish people do? They're like dogs who kind of walk or run around the neighborhood and sniffing everything that comes to them. That's all they do is sniff, sniff. What can I sniff? What can I like to smell? And they're one thing after another. They don't even know where they're going. They don't even know where they're going. Maybe they bump their head on things that they run into. And that's what human beings can do. You know, what's on TV all day long? What's on this channel? What's on that channel? I like that one. We can and then waste all day long, spending time doing stupid things, getting caught up in things just that startle my attention, instead of reflecting. Instead of doing, this friend calls, I want to do this. This thing tastes good. Whatever can stimulate my senses. That's what we can do. We can do, and a lot of people do it. Instead of slowing down, spending some quiet time, what should I be doing today? What good can I do today? How can I help people? What time should I spend to pray a little? To pray, to keep God company, not only just to pray for the things that I need. Spend time doing these things. And time is this thing. Time is very precious. Time is treasure. If I spend my time well, my reward in heaven is going to be greater. I can store up many treasures in heaven by spending my time well today. So time is very precious. Time is a treasure. I need to spend it well. Or at least, spend some quiet time thinking, what did I do today that I shouldn't have done? And what I'm not going to do tomorrow? Spend time like in the morning, what can I do today? All the things that I should do that I can get done. That's getting things done that we should do. Half the way to do that is by spending time thinking about it. You want to get groceries at the grocery store. So I think I'll just go to the grocery store and I'll find what I want when I get there, when I see things. And then you get a whole cart full of all kinds of things you don't need and that you liked at the moment, and waste your money. Or you can write out a grocery list and go there and get out of there in 15, 20 minutes, half hour, whatever, and you're out of there and you got the right things and you didn't waste time. So we wake up in the morning, think about, pray, ask God to enlighten me on what I should do today, what my duties are. Think about it. Think about what I should be doing in life. Think about what I should be doing in life too. That's what we can do in adoration time. We can come in adoration time and we have time to think. And that's what meditation is. Meditation is not necessarily prayer. Prayer is kind of more talking to God, asking Him for things, asking Him for graces, thanking Him, communicating directly with Him. Meditation time is thinking about what I should be doing, thinking about how I should order my life and get things out of my life that shouldn't be there, and putting things that should be there that are not there, and then asking God for the grace to change my life and to do what I should be doing. So meditation and prayer, we should do that. If you want to be a wise man and woman, meditation and prayer, we should spend some time doing that. A lot of time would be nice, wouldn't it? At least some time, hopefully every day, and focus on the next life. This life is very short. I may die next week. And am I ready for that? Am I ready to meet God? Life is very short, and so let us spend it well. If you got a call to a religious life, spend it well in a vocation. If not, spend your lay life well.